As a Walking Dead fan, I've played plenty of games set in its universe. Some have been amazing while others have been lackluster. The saying for the show has been, fight the dead, but people are the real threat. Last week, The Walking Dead Betrayal dropped into early access as a social deduction game made by the same devs that made Project Winter. They have done an amazing job. I've had an absolute blast playing this game. For those of you who don't know what a social deduction game is, think of Among Us. You and 7 other survivors work together to escape the map and return home. At the same time, 2 of them are looking to stop you by any means necessary. Each player has a role with its own abilities or goals. Bodyguards are trying to keep a specific player alive. The Confidant has 2 names, one is a traitor, another a survivor. Each role has its benefit to the team, but how people perceive your actions and words is where the deduction comes in. As a survivor, you'll have one of 8 roles. As I'd said, they all have their own benefits. But one of them is called the Bereaved. This role is someone who lost a loved one and wants revenge. And to do so, they're going to poison everyone. That's their goal, at least. The survivor's goals is to fix the wagon and the bridge to escape the map. To find these parts, you'll need to venture out into the world. You'll have to fight walkers and keep an eye out for traitors. Out in the world are also weapon caches with traps, explosives, and other useful things for cutting down large crowds of the dead or your friends. This gameplay loop of scavenge and repair is broken up by world events. I've witnessed 2 of these events so far, a hailstorm and walkers being attracted to players talking. These events may seem minor, but they can put you in deadly situations if you're not careful. Now, as for the traitors, they have an arsenal of ways to stop the survivors: traps, guns, jamming the community gate, or old-fashioned false accusations. The traitors can also communicate with one another as they have their own red radio. Everyone else has a blue or yellow one that they can either craft or find out in the world. Now, if you're one of the few unfortunate to die early on into the game, don't worry. You're not out yet. You can play as a walker and gather large hordes and get your revenge or cause problems for the remaining survivors. The devs are currently planning on being in full release by Q1 of next year, adding more roles, maps, events, and sections to the world. I'd recommend this game to anyone who likes these social deduction games like Project Winter and Among Us. There is nothing like hopping in one of these games to ruin some friendships or forge new ones. The game in its current state is a great experience with little to no bugs. It runs, at least for me, smooth as butter, and honestly I have no complaints about the game. The Walking Dead Betrayal is available for $20 on Steam. A link to the store page is down in the description.